Hello, my name is Wheelie and welcome to the channel. Today is going to be part 1 of 2 of me drawing the main 6 for My Little Pony in my style. To be honest, I wasn't sure how to title this since I'm basically drawing them as furries, but they're already talking ponies. This is a weird one for me to try and cleanly label for YouTube, so I just landed on drawing them in my style. Now, if you've been around on my accounts for even 1 minute, you'll notice that I like to draw a lot of horses. That all stems back to these characters. I was in the deep pit of the My Little Pony fandom while the show was airing. I was jamming out to all of the old Living Tombstone songs, any kind of brownie song. It was playing in my earbuds. I was watching every pony YouTuber that you could think of. I was watching them. Good or bad, I was watching them. And I was always doodling tiny little sketches of the characters on every piece of homework. I know I confused a few teachers as to why are there little horses on every other piece of paper this kid turns in. I even walked around school with a Rainbow Dash backpack. Is it hard to believe I wasn't the most popular kid in school? My favorites are Fluttershy and Applejack, by the way, but that doesn't matter right now because they're not in this video. For part 1, I'm focusing on Twilight, Rainbow Dash, and Pinkie Pie. But enough yapping, let's get to the art. Now, this isn't my first time drawing Twilight Sparkle, so I already had a rough idea of how I would draw her. Since my first drawing of her in my style was like themed as like a little tabloid magazine, like the ones you used to see in the checkout aisles, with the hottest gossip of the top celebrities at the time. I like to imagine that Rarity dressed her up for that photo shoot, making what she wears in this drawing more of like her normal style that she would choose. So given Twilight is Twilight, the workroom, she lives in a library until it becomes a crystal tree castle, I gave her a comfortable academia style. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put the cutie mark on the clothes or not. I drew it on the skirt the last time I drew Twilight, but again, in my little head, Rarity styled Twilight for that picture. So would Twilight have her cutie mark on her clothes? She does in Equestria Girls, but would that apply to my versions of them? And the answer is sometimes. But not this time, because I wanted to give her this cozy looking cardigan, and I didn't want to slap her cutie mark on it, so I put them in the background instead, which is good because I had no clue what I was doing for them, aside from my standard gradient and comic dot, so it worked out wonderfully. So here is casual, everyday Twilight in my style. Next up is Pinkie Pie. The high energy, fourth wall breaking element of laughter. I wanted to give her like a friendly high energy pose, so I drew her like mid greeting, like she's jumping up and saying, "Hi!" The question is, who is she greeting? You, of course. She's staring straight at you, right into your soul. I always liked the gag of her breaking the fourth wall. I thought it was a fun trick for a pony that's not supposed to be magical. It's just one of the many tricks that leaves you wondering, how does Pinkie Pie do that? And you will never know. If you've seen one of my other videos, you've seen me render like poofy curly hair before on a poodle that gave me the same vibe as Pinkie Pie. Rendering their hair was a pain in my butt. Unlike Pinkie Pie, her hair was so much fun to render. Trying to figure out how different sections would flow into another was a blast. I think her hair turned out really cute, which is more than what I can say about her face. I tried to give her like a shorter, rounder face, but it's low-key giving bony. Oops. I didn't notice it till it was too late, so she just is kind of like this. She's still cute. If anything, it adds to like the cheerful, kid-friendly vibes. As for her outfit, I wanted something that was casual and kind of light looking. I added her cutie mark to the shorts, which I'm glad I did because it was a nice small detail and it broke up the plaid pattern a little. She's giving babysitter vibes, which is appropriate because she does babysit the trends. The final pony for this video is Rainbow Dash. Out of the 3 ponies I've drawn for this video, she's for sure my favorite. I mean, I walked around school with a backpack of her, so there has to be some kind of love. I always loved her confidence and just attitude in general. Personality-wise, I do act more like a Fluttershy than Rainbow Dash, but she's always someone that I really wish I could be more like. To an extent, she does have her times of overconfidence, and that sometimes leads to her not being the kindest in some situations. But in the end, she means well. I've always loved her color scheme too. The white rainbow with blue. If you can't tell, I like colors in general. Bright, flashy colors. For her pose, I had to have her flying, and I made it to where it lined up nicely with her cutie milk in the background. I wanted her to look like she's challenging one of the others, being her usual overconfident self, doing little playful jabs to get a rise out of someone. Clothing-wise, I wanted her to have a cool athletic outfit, so I gave her jogging pants and a compression shirt, and I gave her these arm sleeves that matched her pants. Color-wise for the clothes, I gave her the same colors that are in her cutie milk, and the stripe of her jogging pants is like the same bolt pattern as her milk. I thought it was a fun way to bring her cutie milk into her outfit as a whole, since it is so much of who she is. And it worked really well since like old school jogging pants sometimes have those colorful stripes down them. Overall, I think the design came together nicely. Now that all 3 are done for this round, let's add them to the full picture. This is my thumbnail for this project as a whole. I wanted to nail down each of their poses and overall vibes as a whole before working on each girl individually. I'm feeling pretty good about how this project is turning out so far. Hopefully that keeps going as I work on the next 3. The next video will have Rarity, Applejack, and Fluttershy. So hopefully I'll see you then. Bye bye!